Do you feel guilty? Do you? I'm asking you. Do you feel guilty towards your employees, the people you work with? Do you feel guilty towards yourself that you have to put in a certain amount of work because the people that you work with are putting in a certain number of hours of work? Guilt is not a positive emotion through which to run your business. Guilt is a negative emotion, okay? So how do you overcome guilt channeled towards your team members in business? Well, there's two main ways I found, concepts, things that you can explain to your team to overcome this feeling of guilt that causes you to go into an hours economy versus a results economy. So the first one I just hinted at is that you want to explain to your team that as an entrepreneur, and literally as everyone in your team, it doesn't matter how many hours you put in. What matters is the result. Okay, as soon as you become an entrepreneur, you eject yourself from the time, effort, hours economy, okay? And you immediately step into, I just did a step, you immediately step into the results economy, okay? Where only results matter. So this is a very important conversation to have with your team. Now, there's many reactions that can come from having this conversation with your team, talking about being in a results economy versus a time, effort, and hours based economy. But the discussion nonetheless has to be had. Otherwise, your team is going to feel like they're these soldiers that work for your company that just have to put their head down and suffer and work a certain number of hours per day, per week, per month in order to make the boss happy, and they're just doing their job, and eventually it becomes martyrdom. It becomes this sacrificial culture where people are almost bragging about how long they work, and in that process losing track of the results that they're generating, which is way more important than how long they work. I don't care if somebody works 2 hours and gets 10 times the results than someone who works 40 hours in, 3 or 4 days. Doesn't matter. The results are what's more important. The results of profitability for the company, client happiness and success, product development. All these things matter, and they matter a lot. So that's the first conversation I would have, is the discussion between the hours economy and the results economy, and explain to your team, hey, I'm in a results economy. That does not, that is going to help you detach from guilt a lot. So that does not mean that you have to be in the office, the exact number of hours per week that everyone else is in the office, because quite frankly, most CEOs use their office as a convenient place to hide from opportunity, okay? Most CEOs use their office as a convenient place to hide from opportunity, okay? Most entrepreneurs that are doing the best, they're out there searching for opportunity. They're shaking it up, okay? So that's the first conversation. The second is this: the higher the risk, the higher the reward, okay? So when you are an entrepreneur, when you're a business owner, it's very important to understand that you are the check writer. You are the person on the name of the LLC. This is vitally important to remind yourself of. Therefore, you've earned your right for more freedom than your team, unless they're taking as much risk as you, right? If you have an entrepreneurial organization where everyone's running their own companies and everyone's taking their own risk and everyone's 1099s and it's structured like that, then everyone should have equal amount of freedom. But more freedom comes from more risk, okay? The person who is putting their neck out there, their neck on the line for success, that person will typically earn more freedom. And the employees should want that person to get away so that they can open their mind to new opportunities, okay? Rejuvenate their creativity, because It is really stressful taking on all of the risk in a company. It is really stressful being the person that all the worst problems come up to when something is insolvable. It is really stressful being the person that is on the bottom of that LLC for everything, okay? Or on S Corp or whatever type of business you are. So more risk, more reward. So strategic coach Dan Sullivan does this very well. He says to his team that the team gets 40 free days per year, not including weekends. So that's, throughout weekdays. And he gets like, I forget what it is, 100 or so, or 110 or some amount that's more. And that's because it fuels Dan Sullivan, the founder of Strategic Coaches, ability to stay creative, ability to stay innovative, ability to solve problems and make decisions. When you're a business owner, your highest value task is making smart decisions, and you cannot do that when you are in the heat of everything and you don't give yourself time and space to recharge. So have those two conversations with your team. Conversation number one is that I am in a results economy now. I am not in a time and effort economy. Okay, and encourage your team to get to that state. And the second conversation to have is the important conversation of more risk, more reward, and explain the needs of the entrepreneur to have more space, more freedom to stay creative and stay clear in their decision-making faculties. So I hope this video is helpful. Eliminate guilt. This is a negative emotion that will make everyone else on your team feel guilty and make everyone else on your team feel like they have to be slaves to the company and be hourly slaves with everything that they do. So I hope that was helpful. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're looking for more valuable information like this on how to grow your company. And we're looking to get to 10,000 subscribers. Also, if you make it to our website, put your email in. We have a 365-day email sequence where we can put every video that we've created on YouTube into an automated delivery system into your inbox so you can stay ahead of the trends and learn from all this wacky stuff that I'm talking about. Thanks.